One of the main things I get asked about is how to warm up in preparation for exercise. Now, warming up and down is one of the key ingredients for exercise. If you don't do it properly, if you don't do it at all, it can cause injury, it can cause pain, it can cause you incorrect form if you're compensating, and it can also put you off exercise altogether. If, for example, the next day you're aching more so than you think you should be, and then obviously the whole point of exercise and continuing it disappears. So what I'm going to do is just take you through a quick 5-minute warm-up just to make sure that you are ready for each of the videos in this section. So we'll start with the legs. So we're going to do quad stretch, so just pull your foot up behind your bum and just stretch out this muscle here. Okay, generally hold each stretch for about 10 seconds, just swap sides and really stretch out the thigh. If you push your hip forwards, you get an even deeper stretch and you can feel it more so up towards the hip. Okay, so just take one leg down, point it out in front of you, this back leg bends, just gently lean back into that stretch out the groin. Now what we're doing at the moment are called static stretches. So static stretches, as the name suggests, the body is static. Now the idea behind these is to lengthen the muscles in preparation for the exercise ahead. So the swap sides, you can see, again, leg facing forwards, this leg bent, stretching out the groin. Okay, gently bring yourself back to the centre. Just reach down and touch your toes. Now, stretching out the hamstrings, it might feel quite tight. When you get there, just gently bounce. Each time, if you can, just go a little bit lower. Just see the fingers touch the floor. You'll feel this all through your hamstrings and up into your glutes. Okay, as you're gently coming back up, just brush your hands onto your knees, stop at the knees, switch sides, and put your hands around the outside of your knees and just gently pull it in. So this stretch now, you're stretching all across your back, your middle back, shoulder blades. Just gently pull inwards like so. So you can feel it, just pull a little bit tighter and then gently unwind. Okay, put your hand down the base of your spine and just push the chest out. So you can see there, trying to bring the elbows as close together as possible. Nice straight body. Base of your spine, push back and your hands pushing forwards. Okay, gently ease off. The key thing here is don't rush any movement. So again, just gently reach around in front of you and push forwards. Again, this is stretching out the top of the back, the shoulder blades, but also the arms as well. Okay, gently bring that back down. Hands on hips, lift one hand up and just reach across the other side. And now as you can feel it, stretching all down the side, the hips, down the side of the obliques as well. If you can, just gently ease yourself into it more. Perfect. Then back around the centre and then reach across to the other side. Perfect. And back to centre. Now, again, bring your hands together. Just reach up. Touch the ceiling, touch the sky. And just push that a little bit further up. Brilliant. Now, not finished with the legs yet. Generally, when I do this one, I need to lean against something. You might have better balance. Just bring one foot over onto the other knee. Just sit yourself down into this stretch. And you'll stretch out all again across the hip flexor. You can feel it just on the outside of your bum. Okay, just try and sit down into that. Bring yourself back up. Show you from the side. Just try and sit as low as you can. Now, if you do a desk job, you sit down for a lot of the day, do this. Really, really, really good. Making sure you're more mobile and just stretching out the hips. Okay, perfect. Last one. So from a side view, just lean forwards and stretch out the calves. If you want, what you can do is combine this with the exercise we did earlier, the stretch we did earlier. Just reach out across the top of the spine. You can feel this across your calves. What you might want to do, lean into a wall just to make sure you get an even deeper stretch. Okay, and back out. And again, just lean into this and stretch in. Perfect. So that's static stretching. Now, as I said, that's designed for lengthening the muscles and just adding a bit more flexibility to the body itself. Now, we also like to do dynamic stretches as well. Dynamic stretches or dynamic warm-ups are where you're actually incorporating movement into the stretch itself. So generally what I like to do is, if we know we're going to be doing a lot of squats, we do squats without any weights and gently ease ourselves into them during the warm-up exercise. So now, first things first, we're going to get heart rate up. Just going to gently jog on the spot. Okay, then just gently kick your bum. Now this is designed to get the heart rate up. So we've lengthened the muscles, we're just getting the heart rate ready for exercise. If we go into exercise without getting the heart rate up, it's not good. You're going from 0 to 100 when the heart gently needs building up. The heart is a muscle, effectively, so it needs the same treatment as every other muscle. Okay, now continue to do that for a couple of minutes. And then what you can also do is incorporate high knees. Again, we're getting mobility and getting the heart rate elevated with this movement if you can. Just gently lift the legs higher. And again, just make sure you do that for a few minutes. Now, as I said, what I like to do is incorporate dynamic warm-ups into this as well. So we're going to start with spinal mobility. Now this is key, this is crucial. Before we do any exercise, make sure the spine is nicely warmed up. The spine, and I talk about it a lot, is absolutely crucial to mobility. We do not want to damage it. So just gently, almost like a faux golf swing, just reach around. Each time, just get a fraction deeper into the stretch. Until we feel comfortable and suitably warm. Okay, so bring yourself back to centre. Now, dynamic movement. So we know we're going to be doing squats today. So I like to start just by doing body weight squat exercises. And building that into it. So when we squat, as we all know, sink as low as you can. Look forwards, dead ahead, nice straight back, shoulders back, squat down into the movement. Okay, we're also going to be doing side lunges as well on a lot of occasions. So again, just without the weight, and it might be that you get lower each time you do this. But again, key for the warm-up and the dynamic warm-up is the actual motion and technique itself. So what we're doing here is getting the body used to these movements for when we add a weight, if we decide to do so. Okay, so again, continue to do that until you're warm. Another one I like to do, front lunges. If you want, if you've got more space, you can go front, middle, then you can step back as well. So back, middle, front, middle, back. And again, we're just incorporating dynamic movements, got a compound nature. Again, just make sure the area around you is safe, and do that left and right. Now what some of you may be feeling already is that this has gone beyond the warm-up and the body's actually getting tired, but that's good. Heart rate building gently, and the muscles are starting to warm up as well. Okay, so continue doing those until you feel like you're warm. We're just going to bring some more mobility to the upper body as well. So just rotate the arms clockwise or anti-clockwise, and swap directions. So we've already done some basic arm and shoulder movement, the stretches, but also the spinal mobility. And again, just continue that until you feel warm and your heart rate is elevated. Okay, final one, slightly more complex. You just reach out and just reach across. Not all movements are linear, not all movements are lateral. So what we try and do with this is effectively just incorporate the pair of the moves as well. So again, just building in a little bit of rotation from side to side as well. Again, it's designed to warm up the back, designed to get you more flexible, more supple for when we actually start to exercise. So feel free to exercise as long as you want, to warm up as long as you want, sorry. And when you feel good to go, just click on any one of the videos below and we'll get going. In terms of a warm down, you can do exactly the same as we've done there. Just make sure, as I said, you spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the start and at the end warming up and down. We don't want to have injuries, and we don't want to make sure we want to make sure we're using the correct form as well. So feel free to click on one of the videos below and we'll get started.